When we build something new, we go through a detailed process of Pinterest, trying to visualize the scale of things, and then drawing it out on professional paper. Then we start building and changing stuff along the way, finding problems and just fixing them as best we could. As you can see, we only use specialized tools for marking things and measuring. This is a sheep turd. We wanted the coop portion to be as level as we could make it because we are going to pour concrete. Know this, chicken wire keeps birds in, it does not keep predators out. So we built this inside the sheep pen, they don't need this much room, and there's already horse fencing around it in the first place. As we work, we change things, we hum and haw, and we try to figure out each of the problems we created by not thinking it out completely, if that makes sense. It doesn't, because it's a work in progress. Around my garden, I left space for a chicken tunnel, or a chunnel. So we're using this PEX pipe again as the bones for this chunnel. That's about how much progress we got done on the chicken coop and chunnel before Derek's big hunting trip. Now this time we knew Peppermint Patty was about to have a calf. This is Sally, in keeping with our Charlie Brown theme. Lucy was so proud to be a big sister, or at least that's what we're saying. It's a little nerve-wracking when the herd meets the baby, but Chisholm was being real good, and so was Bowie. I'm glad he has another baby to play with. We took Peppermint Patty to get bred so that we would have a fall baby, but we weren't exactly sure when she got bred because there was still a risk that she'd have a baby in the winter, which in Texas doesn't really matter. They survive. But I didn't want a February baby, so thank goodness she's October. When the does are in a standing heat like this, they make extra weird noises. They wag their tail next to the boys, and they would stand for them to do their business. And they wag their tails like this. It's called flagging, just to let them know, hey, I'm ready. We now have Ruby and Jack together, and then Mary Ann and Lefty together, and the two little girls won't be bred yet. And Jack Jr. is a buffer between the girls and that ram. This was my pretty dumb attempt at trying to make a standing place for the pigs to drink. It really helped out Gwen. She was having a lot of trouble trying to get through the mud to her water. But you can see here what Hagrid thought of my little fix. Oh, thanks. One of the little projects I've been meaning to get to is Mavis's nesting box. We put it together with little brad nails, and being out in the elements, it just pulled apart, so I put some screws in it. The toms were fighting, so I took this one out and moved him to another pen the day before I left. I was a little nervous about doing that, but he also wanted to help me fix the box. And then, of course, because I was fixing it, Mavis decided to get in the nesting box. They're still fighting outside the fence. They started drawing blood on each other, so I really had to move him. Come on, Dennis. I'm just walking my turkey. Sheep don't eat turkeys. Come on, Dennis. These are my cayennes, and they're just loaded with peppers, so I took them off before they could drop on the ground while I was gone. My jalapenos are doing pretty good too, so I took a lot of those off. I have a ton of bell peppers, but they haven't all changed to their color, so I'll wait. The night of October 18th, there was a slight freeze, so it took my sweet potatoes, but that's when you're supposed to harvest anyway. And some of them were huge. And it's a good thing I went to harvest because this big old boy was eaten on by mice. But that was my biggest one. It would have been really impressive. Not a humongous harvest, but it'll be good for canning. And all the animals loved the vines, especially the pigs. On his way to Idaho, Derek has family that he sees every year in Arizona. He'll stop by this apple orchard and get me a box of apples for applesauce and other canning projects. Derek picked me up at the airport in Utah and we drove to Idaho. This is the old trusty vessel that took us down the river. We brought shotguns just in case we could duck hunt. We saw tons of bald eagles and tried to fish, but we didn't get much. I just have to explain what you're about to see. There was an osprey that got a fish and a bald eagle came over and made him drop it.
Oh, he dropped it. No way. Hey, they hardly got bald eagles.
Each of us caught cutthroat trout, but we had to throw them back because they're trying to increase the population. The horses helped us carry our stuff up the mountain to where we were camping. Then I got to ride Halo on the way down. Thursday, we brought the horses up with all of our stuff. We set up camp. And then Friday evening, we climbed up there, glassed that evening, and Saturday morning, it was the start of elk season. These are mule deer we watched several mornings because we never saw an elk. Derek's still out there now, so hopefully he can get something before the season ends. By the way, it's really hard to film through your binoculars.